to Enots Engineering, I'm Alan. In today's video we make this spherical attachment, an 8mm thread on this end, 17mm spherical and a flange in the middle. And this bolts onto this plastic sheet that's just bent at 90 degrees. This fits on the end of this plastic to hold my sat nav. This is the bracket for the sat nav. Normally these would have a rubber sucker which fits up against the windscreen on the vehicle, but my windscreen is quite a distance from the driver's position, so it's awkward to get to if you want to switch it off, switch it on or change anything. Is I use this plastic bracket in a tray on the dashboard. The sat nav clips on this. I can alter the sat nav easily and I can switch it on and off from the driver's position. And being closer to the driver as well, you can see the directions easier. So let's go to the workshop, see how we make it. Now the first job is to turn this down to 8mm. I want to make an M8 thread on this end. That's 8.01. Okay, so this is for an 8mm thread, so I've taken it down to 7.85, which is 5/6 thou under 8mm, so that I don't cut the full form, and it's 15mm long. So what I want to do is come in now and try and get an undercut, so I've left this last bit full size and this will go in and then come to a sphere on the end. I'll leave it at 18. 10.07, so that will do. Now before I chop that off completely, I should put the thread on the end. I've put a wooden board on here to stop the bed getting damaged, just in case I drop it. First of all, I'll clean the taper. Now this is a standard ER20 collet holder with a Morse taper on, which matches the headstock, so that goes in. Then to hold that in position, I've made a drawbar which has a thread each end. This thread will fit the back of the collet holder. This thread is for the nut on the other end, and that bush goes on, and that diameter there is the diameter of the headstock, so it centralises it. And when I tighten the nut up on this end, it draws in the collet holder. Just tighten the nut up on the back. It doesn't need to be tight, you can see it's just drawing that in. Just nip it up, and that's fitted. It's an 8mm collet, so that should hold that. The collet goes in at an angle, lines up, and that holds, the nut holds it. With the spanner, just nip up the collet. So what I want to do now, on this end is form a spherical that matches this, which fits into the bracket on the back of the sat-nav. Now this is 17mm diameter, so to do that I need my radius attachment. Just have a quick clean down. You may have noticed at the bottom here I keep a foil tray, so I can just brush the swarf into the tray and then empty the tray when I need to. For the radius attachment, I can remove my compound slide. And the radius attachment swivels. This dovetail on the bottom fits in there. I usually set this about 45 degrees. And I can lock up the radius attachment. Now this attachment, there's a video on the channel that shows this being made. The hole in the middle here is on the centre, so when you put the tool in, if you want to do a ball, you come from the centre outwards. If you want to do a dish or a concaved, you go from the centre inwards. And the distance you set it from the centre to the tip of the tool should give you the correct diameter. So in the centre I can locate this peg. This is 12mm diameter on the end. The peg through the centre. When this tip touches that centre piece, I know it's 6mm from the middle. So I wanted a 17mm ball. So to get a 17mm, I want an 8.5 radius. So that means I need a 2.5 gap between the tip and the setting piece. 98 thou. This is a 0.1 block, so if I just push that there and lock the block, Now I've set that tool to the correct radius for a 17mm spherical. So all I need to do is go up to the part, start to machine the spherical, and as I'm turning in the tool going in, when I get to 17 diameter I know I've got the spherical. Handle goes on the back here. It's just a piece of rod, just so you can lever the mechanism round. Now I'll position this here. And what I want to do is just form a spherical on this end, and then I'll decide where the centre line is. I can then move it down until I get to the position I need. That's the finished item. Let's take this off. See, it clips in there okay, moves round. And here's the finished part, the spherical bolted onto the plastic bracket. And that's the finished item. This plastic piece just drops into a tray on my dashboard, so I don't need to stick this onto the window, and it's easier to get at if you need to change anything or switch it off. Swivel there. This sat nav has a dash cam on there, so when this is set in the holder the dash cam will see forward. You can line that up with the front of the car. So I don't need any rubber suckers to stick on the window and try and get them off again.
Well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time on Enots Engineering.